Hey everybody, it's me, Crazy Frankie, and I'd like to welcome you to my Week 12 4 key game picks. Week 11 thoughts. I think you know where I'm going here. Patriots, Panthers. What happened at the end? Anybody who saw the Patriots-Panthers game on Monday night? A lot of people are wondering about that last play in the end zone, whether if Gronkowski got held for defensive holding or pass interference. It's really, I mean, I've seen enough of the replays already, and it's really a tough call. But if you look at it from a standpoint, I mean, the Patriots thought they could have got away with another penalty. Go back to the game against the Saints on one of the final key plays that when they beat the Saints in that game. When I saw something on Twitter where there was a picture or like a GIF of a player being held from a Patriots offensive lineman holding a Saints defensive player, and the refs never called that. So, I mean, a lot of people are wondering about the state of what everybody thinks about the Patriots nowadays. I know the Patriots are not loved that much by a lot of people, including myself. I mean, I'm not a Patriots fan. I never have, and I never will be. And I do agree that maybe the refs missed that call in the end zone against the Panthers, but in all honesty, you know, maybe the Patriots now would have liked to finally get a call go against them and end up getting screwed out of that game. And anybody who watched the press conferences, oh man, did Bill Belichick just basically just acted like he was a. I mean, anybody who watches the Patriots, or if you're a Patriots fan, anybody who watches a Bill Belichick press conference, it's like he's a beaten down man or something like that. I mean, he's got a hoodie like what I'm wearing, but at least I'm not like Lord of the Sith or something like that. It's just crazy. And I mean, if you look at it from this, look, the Patriots still have a comfortable lead in the AFC East division. Nobody's going to catch them. They're easily going to win the division. So, and I really wouldn't. Probably maybe it may be important for playoff position, because as of this video and as the time of going into Week 12 here, the Patriots now move to the 3 seed. So if, like I said, now they have to fight their way back to at least get the 2 seed, because remember, the 1 and 2 seeds, they get the first round bye in the playoffs. So really, that's what the Patriots kind of aiming for right now, is they want that first round bye, because I know the Patriots are still dealing with a lot of injuries up front, and like I said, a lot of the key players are out for the season. So like I said, I don't know, this Patriot team, I still think they're pretty vulnerable. But anyways, my other thoughts going in from week number 11 was really the 49ers and Saints game. I know there's a lot of questionable calls in that game. The safety, I mean, not the safety, I mean the touchback where there was a Saints defender where he picked off Colin Kaepernick and he took it all the way in the end zone, but then he dropped it all the way back into the end zone, which was a touchback. And then there was the questionable personal foul penalty that really, I mean, it's really tough to say from that penalty. I'm pretty sure anybody who watched that game know who I'm talking about. That Drew Brees got really hit in the chest and all, and that was really, I mean, Drew Brees really got drilled right there. That was really a tough hit, tough hit, and it's really tough to say whether if that was a legal hit or not. I mean, the San Francisco defender got flagged for a personal foul penalty, which allowed the game-winning field goal drive, and Saints ended up winning 23-20. I mean, it really put a dagger into any hopes for the 49ers to at least get close to the division. I mean, now they got the Arizona Cardinals not far behind them, and the 49ers right now, I consider them in danger now of falling out of the playoffs, because they still currently hold the 6th seed right now. And Chiefs finally picked up their first loss. I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer. I kind of figured that, because the game was in Denver, and I knew that Peyton Manning was going to be charged up for this game, and give the Denver offensive line a lot of credit. They protect Manning throughout that entire game. Didn't even allow one sack in that game, and the Broncos ended up winning 27-17. So it's tough to say right now until remember, these two teams will play again in a few weeks, this time in Kansas City. And you know Kansas City is really a hard place to play, even though Peyton Manning has won there before. But it's going to be tough to say what will happen in a few weeks between that second matchup. Packers, what can I say? no Aaron Rodgers. They're in danger right now of falling further behind, not only just in the NFC North division, but possibly not even making the playoffs as well. I mean, right now Aaron Rodgers is still questionable for his next game. I mean, that collarbone injury is still affecting him. Bears a key win over the Ravens, and it was huge too. I mean, I know anybody. I mean, my thoughts and prayers right now go out to the people in Illinois and Indiana, who those were affected by that tornado. I mean, that tornado stuff that happened over in those two states. I mean, it did affect the Bears game. I mean, anybody who saw that game, I mean, it was pretty scary out there if you were at the stadium. But when that storm passed, they were able to play the rest of the game and give the Bears a ton of credit. And those who braved the storm and waited 5 hours for that game to finish, I mean, I give you guys a ton of credit. And what a victory by the Bears! It was quite a victory, which really, for the Ravens' sake right now, they're now pretty much one more game, and I think they're done. I think there's no way they can get back into the playoff picture. As far as other games is concerned, I mean, I received a lot of flack. I mean, for those of you who know, I am a Chargers fan. I got a lot of flack from Raiders fans, saying, "Oh, ha ha ha, you guys are in last place. Enough already. Don't worry." I really wouldn't be laughing, Raiders fans. You beat up Houston Texans team. It really was not that impressive. And I still think you guys are still not going to make the playoffs. I know the Chargers pretty much are done. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Their schedule's not in their favor if you're a Chargers fan. But really, I mean, if you look at the current seedings right now between the AFC right now, I mean, the AFC is really starting to look pretty more clear than the NFC is. On my blog or NFL.com, wherever, you can just look up the current standings right now on the Play Picture, Twitter, whatever, for the playoff seedings right now at the moment. Anyways, enough of Week 11. Let's get into Week 12. First key game, what else? It's the Broncos and the Patriots, or Manning versus Brady, Part 14. Brady has won 9 of the 13 previous meetings against Peyton Manning, and really right now this brings a lot, and it boggles my mind in questions right now. I mean, this game is in New England, so it's tough to say right now who comes out the victor in this game here. I mean, I think it'll be a very, very close game. I mean, Denver's defense, I consider them, they might have some vulnerability. I mean, Tom Brady, he does know how to pick defenses apart. So who's to say what the Broncos will do to try to stop him in this game? But I guarantee you it will be a close game. Very, very close. But the way I'm looking at it right now, the way Denver is, I mean, I don't know if Wes Welker will be back for this game because he had a concussion. I mean, I don't know if he will be cleared to play. You have to look at NFL.com for further news to see if Wes Welker will be playing for this game. I don't know yet right now, but like I said, with injuries on both sides on both teams right now, it's tough to. I mean, this game's very close. It's going to be no doubt a very, very close game here. But if I'm gonna say who wins this game and all that, I kind of like Denver's chances a little bit here. I think the Broncos come out the victors here. I just think Denver is a bit more of a complete team, and the Patriots are beat up. I mean, the Patriots suffered a big. I mean, that loss to the Panthers hurt them. It really did. And obviously for them, I mean, I think with Denver coming in, and this is not going to be an easy game for the Patriots here. I like Denver in this one. I think Denver's offense is a tad better than the Patriots, but no question, it'll be a close game. It's all going to come down to the key factors, who doesn't turn the ball over and time of possession. So, but I'm going to say the Broncos beat the Patriots in a nail-biter. I think it's going to be a very, very close game here. I'm going to say Denver over New England. Key game number 2. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. I never thought I would say about the New York Giants getting back and saying this is a key game here. It is. Giants are 4-6 after starting the season 0-6. They won their last 4 games, and to me, they look pretty fired up. And they've already played the Cowboys in week number 1, and Dallas beat the crap out of them in the first game. But this game is in the Meadowlands right now. The Giants seem to be getting some confidence back. And for the Giants right now, this is it right here. I mean, for the rest of the season right here, they need to win their remaining games to keep pace, and not only in the division, but to try to get a wild card spot at least. I mean, right now they're in pretty good shape. But I think one loss here, I consider them done. And this is not going to be an easy game for the Giants. The Cowboys right now, they're trying to find ways to come in. I mean, they're coming off a bye week. And obviously, they're desperately needing for a win with the Eagles now in first place. it's tough. This is another tough game here. I consider this a very close game here. It's like I said, like the Patriots and the Broncos here. It's going to come down to who controls the clock, and with that, and let's see if they don't turn the ball over here. Whatever team does not cause that many turnovers. But if I'm going to take a guess here and who wins this game, because this game's a toss-up here. I'm gonna gamble here. I'm gonna gamble for this one. I'm gonna consider this my upset pick here. I'm gonna go with the New York Giants over the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see how Tony Romo steps up the final few games this season. Because really, the NFC East is a terrible division this year. Anybody can come out of that division right now, and it's tough to say. I mean, I don't know which Cowboy team is gonna show up here. They're like a roller coaster right now. They're up and down. They're having a great game, and then they had terrible games. But if I look at it this way right now, the Giants right now, they're starting to get their swagger back. And, I might, like I said, this is a 50-50 toss-up, so I might be wrong here. But I'm going to gamble here on this one. I'm going to say the Giants upset the Cowboys here. That's going to be my upset pick for week number 12 here. I'll go with the Giants over the Cowboys here. Key game number 3, the Colts and the Cardinals. Now, why did I say this is a key game? Well, it's Arizona here because they are 6-4 right now. They're not that far behind from San Francisco for that last wild card spot. Not only that, they could be ended up in second place right now. I know Seattle pretty much has solidified. They're going to end up winning the NFC West division. But for the 49, I'll get into the 49ers here because the next 49ers game is going to be my last key game pick, but going into Arizona. Arizona's at home here, and really right now their offense really is getting together. Their last game against Jaguars, even though it's just Jacksonville, they just tear them apart. Indianapolis, I don't know about them. They had a very, very good win last week over Tennessee, but really they're also becoming a roller coaster. I don't know which Indianapolis Colts team is going to show up. For a game like this right now for Indianapolis, they need to show that. Remember, they also have playoff positioning on the line. Really, they're in a spot right now where they can have a bye week going into the playoffs because they pretty much have won the AFC South. But for this, I would say right now this is a big, big game here. But if I think about it now, if the Colts can just stay focused and everything, and I still think the Colts are a tad better than Arizona, but Arizona's been pretty good at home lately, and they won their last 2 home games. And Arizona right now, they're pretty hot right now. So, like I said, this game is also a toss-up. But I think for playoff positioning and for better offense for a little bit for the Colts right now, I'm going to go with Indianapolis here. I think Indianapolis beats Arizona here. I think it'll be a very, very good game here. I expect a good game from both these two teams, and it'll be close. But I think for the Colts here, this is the time where they need to put aside all that adversity and just say, you know what, this is a game. This is a big game, a game that for them to have to win here in order to keep holding on to that positioning for the first round bye. So I'm gonna say the Colts beat Arizona. I think let's see what Arizona does here. I know they're coming off a big win over Jacksonville, but let's see how well they do in Indianapolis. I still think Indianapolis is a little bit of a better team here. And the way Andrew Luck is playing right now, he had a very good second half against Tennessee last week. And I'm going to say for this game itself, I'm going to say Indianapolis beats Arizona here. I'm going to say Colts over the Cardinals. My last key game, the 49ers against the Redskins. Now the loss by the Redskins last week to the Eagles, I think pretty much putting a dagger into the Redskins' hope to even fight for the division, let alone even try to get into the playoffs. But I say this for the 49ers' sake because the 49ers, like I said, they're currently holding the 6th seed in the NFC. And really, this is a game they have to have here in order to keep that last playoff spot. Pretty much they cannot. They're pretty much done for the NFC West. The Seahawks are just too good. They're 10-1, and for right now, for the 49ers' sake, if they want to get back into the playoffs, they have to win this game here and hold on to that 6th seed right now. Because right now, the NFC, if you look at the conference standings right now in the NFC, it's just really, really getting tighter right now. And for the 49ers right now, if they lose this game, they could be in big time danger of not even making the playoffs at all. They're 6-4 right now, barely clinging to that last playoff spot. Let alone, I mean, they lost to the Panthers and the Saints, both the NFC South teams that I could see more than likely they're probably going to both end up making the playoffs as well. But if I look at it this way right now, the Redskins, they just look beat down. I mean, I question RG3's leadership this year. I mean, I expected him to have a slump, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. But for the 49ers' sake, this is a game they got to make a statement here. They got to power run the ball here. Forget all that what happened in the Saints game. I think to me they got to stay focused here because really, I know there's a little bit of concerns right now with Davis's health right now. Manningham's health has been a question too ever since coming back, but really this is a game that the 49ers have to have, and I think they're going to get it here. I think to me for Colin Kaepernick, if he needs to shut up the critics, this is the game he needs to do it here. This is the game that he has to prove himself now, and for the 49ers to even consider talking about the playoffs here. So I'm gonna say the 49ers beat the Redskins here because really right now the Redskins right now they are just a mess. I don't know what to expect from this team here. I mean, you got to question who's the leader of that team, and really they nearly got blown out by the Eagles last week. And I don't know which Redskin team's going to show up in this game. I mean, all nine sides I know probably the Redskins are probably a slight favorite in this one, but I think for the 49ers this is a statement game, and I think they're going to get this. They're going to get this victory here. I'm going to say the 49ers beat the Redskins here. Anyways, that's it. That is it for my video here. Check out crazyfrankie56.blogspot.com for all of my Week 12 picks. I'm finally now over the 100 win mark for this season right now. So make sure you check out my blog for Week 12's for the entire Week 12 picks. And I will see you all next week for my Thanksgiving edition of my 4 key game picks video. Until then, enjoy your weekend and enjoy your football Sunday.